I welcome you to the Messiah Revelation Ministry, which is an end time ministry dedicated to the end times. Today, our message is related to a vision of destruction of America, a vision of desolation of America. America is a nation that I believe is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. America will be destroyed. It is an end time event, and we are in the end times. The final trumpet of heaven has sounded, and so the time for destruction and desolation of America is close. We are not setting any dates, but I'm here to report a vision that I had late February 2024. So at the time of making this video, the vision is very fresh in my mind, and it is less than a month, so it's very fresh in my mind. The vision came in February, ending of February 2024, and it is a vision of the desolation and destruction of America. And in this vision, I saw a man who was preaching. It was a street preaching. He was preaching on the streets in a city in America. I don't know which city. And I know the man who was preaching. And he was preaching about repentance, and he was preaching about the things that are coming to America. And as he was preaching, a lot of people were listening to him, and I saw mostly people listening to him were black people, and I don't know why I saw so many black people listening to him. And the man that I saw preaching is a black man. He was preaching, and as he was preaching, I saw that he went on the street and he picked a plastic bag, a bag containing garbage or rubbish, and he opened the bag and the rubbish, and you could see the rubbish. It looked like debris, and when a building is destroyed, you see broken glasses, you see broken cement, rocks, and I also saw pieces of electrical wires. Because if you see a building that is being destroyed, either because of a war or because of a disaster, earthquake, you see the debris, and if there are electrical wires, you see the wires. So I saw the pieces of the electrical wires and pieces of rocks in a bag, a plastic bag, a garbage bag. It was dark, and he opened it, and he also warned that anywhere he went, he saw terrorists coming to America, and so he was warning people about it. And I saw the garbage. The garbage that I saw, he opened the garbage, is very critical, because I saw the image of a garbage containing rubbles and rubbish, and the man who was preaching showed it. And I also saw him, he was pulling a wheelbarrow. A wheelbarrow is an instrument that is used to transport, particularly when you are doing gardening. And there were garbage and rubbish in the wheelbarrow. But later on, I saw that there was no longer garbage or rubbish in the wheelbarrow, and I saw a beast, a squirrel, in the wheelbarrow, and I woke up from the vision. And so this vision is a very complex vision, but the interpretation is clear to me. And so I want to relate that to you. And I would say it is a vision of the destruction of America that is coming very soon. And if you have watched my channel before, I've already told you that I saw um, brimstone and fire relating to the destruction of America in a different vision. And so let's look at this vision that I had, the vision about the destruction and desolation of America. I woke up from the vision when I saw a squirrel in the wheat barrel. So let's interpret the vision. Number one is the man that I saw in the vision, and the man was preaching, and he was preaching about repentance. He was also preaching about what is coming to America, and he warned that he saw terrorists anywhere he went, and it means that there's a security issue. And so the man that I saw in the vision is a man that I know already in life, and I will mention his first name, Emma. Emma is from Nigeria, and he studied in the United States. Emma is an evangelist. He was an evangelist in Nigeria before he came to the United States to study, and he later on studied religion, and he later on also had a PhD degree in African American Studies. So it's very unusual for an African to go to the United States or come to the United States and study, and he decides to have a PhD degree in African American Studies. And it's very, very unusual. But the fact that I saw him in the vision is very significant because I know him to be an evangelist, somebody who is a Christian, and he was the one who was preaching. And I also know that most of the people that he was preaching to were black people. There were some white people, few of them, but most of the people in the congregation were black people. And he was preaching on the street. It's a street preaching. And I say it is a vision about desolation of America. Why do I say that? Because when Emma or the preacher was preaching, he stopped the preaching and he went and picked up a garbage uh, bag, a plastic bag. He opened the plastic bag and I saw rubbles and debris, and these are indication of buildings that have been destroyed. And in the garbage bag, I saw pieces of rocks and debris, and also I saw wires. These are electrical wires that you see falling from buildings when the building is destroyed, whether it is destroyed because of an earthquake or whether it's destroyed because of war or destroyed because of a hurricane. So the symbolism of garbage and rubbish in a garbage can is very, very important, and I believe it is symbolizing the destruction of America. And why do I say America? I say America because in the vision, um, the, 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 the location was America, and Emma was the one who was preaching, a Nigerian who moved to the United States to study in the United States, to study religion. He's an evangelist, has preached in so many black churches in America before, and I'm aware of that. And he has a PhD degree in African and American Studies, got a degree from an HBCU, a historically black college and university in America. I will not mention the name of the university, but this is Emma that I saw preaching to people in America. And this is the Emma that I saw opening a garbage can full of debris and rubbles. And let me interpret that. I'll refer you to the book of Ezekiel. The Lord told Ezekiel to stage the destruction of Jerusalem. He had to do things to symbolize the destruction of Jerusalem. And I believe that in this vision, the Lord used Emma to demonstrate the coming destruction and desolation of America. One, he preached about repentance. Two, he also preached that, or he warned that terrorists are coming to America. He saw them anywhere he went. And he was saying that to the people that he was talking to. Here, he opened a garbage can full of rubbles and full of debris, full of rubbish, and I saw broken stones. I saw broken metals, and I saw pieces of electrical wires. And so, definitely, Emma was demonstrating the desolation and destruction and of United States of America, a nation that I believe to be the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. There's one thing that I said, and I said that Emma was carrying the garbage around, and he carried the garbage. He stopped preaching, and he went and picked up a garbage bag, and he opened it, and that's where I saw the debris in the garbage, and I saw street lights indicating that he was preaching on the street. He was not preaching in the church. And the people who were at the place where he was preaching, they were very attentive, and they were very, very quiet. And I believe that his message was well received, and he warned them about presence of terrorists anywhere that he went in America. You know the implication of that. I saw him also carrying his what they call the garbage. He was carrying the garbage in a wheelbarrow, and later on I saw there was nothing in the wheelbarrow except a squirrel, a beast, and he was in the wheelbarrow. And nothing was in the wheelbarrow again except a squirrel. And I want to do some interpretation of it. And when you see a wheelbarrow, somebody carrying his belongings in a wheelbarrow, symbolically, you know that wheelbarrow is a means of transportation. He didn't carry his belongings in a car, in a bus, in a train, in a plane, and he was carrying them in a wheelbarrow. And it means that there will come a time when you wouldn't have any means of transportation. You wouldn't have time to transport your belongings in a car, in a plane, because nothing will be left. You wouldn't have that opportunity. So I saw Emma carrying his belongings in a wheelbarrow. That is very, very significant. It shows you the condition that America will be at the time of her desolation, at the time of her destruction. And as I said, the prophet Ezekiel was told by God to demonstrate the coming destruction of Jerusalem. He had to do that because the Lord was telling telling Ezekiel that Jerusalem, the city, will be under siege. And here I can also say that Emma, the preacher in this vision, was demonstrating the desolation and destruction of the United States, and he was carrying his things in a plastic bag. And you can only imagine somebody carrying debris and garbage in a bag. Is he crazy? Is only a mad person who will be carrying his things in a garbage bag. And the possessions are debris, broken rocks, and broken glasses and pieces of electrical wires that evidence destructions of buildings in the United States. And you can also see that it is an evidence of homelessness. If you are homeless, you don't have any place to store your belongings. You store your belongings in a garbage bag, a plastic bag, and you will not have a car to transport it. You will be transporting it in a wheelbarrow. And I saw Emma transporting his belongings in a garbage bag in a wheelbarrow. And I also saw that later on there were nothing in the wheelbarrow, and I saw a squirrel coming from the wheelbarrow, and the squirrel was living in the wheelbarrow. And I tried to find the interpretation of the beast in a wheelbarrow, a beast in connection with destruction of a nation or a city. And so I look at the book of Revelation, where um, the prophecy about destruction of Babylon is written. And so I'll take you to Revelation chapter 18, verse 2, where the angel cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And so you know that when Babylon was destroyed in the book of Revelation, Apostle John heard an angel with a loud voice saying, Babylon is fallen, and become the habitation of every devil's and the hold of every foul spirit and bird. And if I take you to the vision, and I saw Emma, who was preaching to Americans, he was carrying his belongings in a garbage bag. Debris and rubbles were his possessions, pieces of rocks, broken rocks, and glasses, and pieces of electrical wires. These were the things that were carried in a garbage bag. And I believe that Emma considered that as his property, and it is only a mad man, a mad woman who will carry his belongings in a garbage car, a plastic bag, a garbage bag. And that is an indication of desolation and destruction. And so I didn't see beasts in the book of Revelation. So I tried to look at Jeremiah 50, which also talks about the destruction of Babylon. So let me open the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 39, which talks about destruction of Babylon. And I believe United States, America, the nation whose capital is Washington, D.C., is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And what will happen to Babylon after it is destroyed? we will look at it from Jeremiah 50 verse 39. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the oaks shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. So it is an oracle about the destruction, the desolation of Babylon, as decreed by Elohim, who created the universe, and as recorded in the writings of the prophet Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50 is talking about destruction, desolation of Babylon. And the prophet is saying that after Babylon is destroyed, it will be taken over by beasts. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the oaks shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. The prophet Jeremiah is talking about an island. Is America an island? Is it a land surrounded by oceans? Is it a land that has many waters? Did the prophet Jeremiah properly see America? Did the Apostle John properly see America when there was a decree about the desolation and destruction of America in Revelation chapter 18? The apostle heard the voice of an angel in Revelation 18 verse 4, come out of her, my people, so that you do not receive the plagues, so that you do not partake of her sins. Come out of her, my people. And the angel cried with a mighty voice that Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen, and it has become the habitation of devils, demons, demonic spirits, and wild birds from the from the wilderness, from the dark kingdom. And here in the vision that I reported, I saw a beast, a squirrel in a wheelbarrow. Nothing was left in the wheelbarrow. There were belongings, pieces of things that were packed in the wheelbarrow. But later on, I didn't see anything in the wheelbarrow. The only thing that I saw was one squirrel in the wheelbarrow, and I believe it is symbolically a representation of the wild beast that will inhabit America after America is totally desolated, after America, Babylon is totally destroyed. And the prophecy is very clear, both in Revelation 18 and also in Jeremiah chapter 50. Babylon will no longer be inhabited from generation to generation. It will become the habitation of wild beasts. It will become the destination. It will become the location. It will become the habitation of devils, demons, demonic spirits, and wild beasts from the wilderness and also from the islands surrounding. They will inhabit Babylon. And so here I'm reporting a vision about the desolation and destruction of the United States. The imam that I saw in the vision is an African preaching to Americans. And you should not wonder, because a time is coming. The prophets of Elohim, they will come from different parts of America. They will also come from outside the United States, and they will preach the message of repentance. They will also preach the message of judgment. And some people will listen to them, and others will not listen to them. But here, the person preaching on the streets of America was a Nigerian. I will mention his first name, Emma, and he is an evangelist. He was preaching about the coming destruction of Babylon, America. He was preaching on the streets of America. And so this prophecy is related to America as a nation, and there's no confusion about it, because the preaching happened on the streets of America. And the prophet was demonstrating how there will be rubbles and rubbish in garbage can, and it will be transported by wheelbarrows. And of course, he also mentioned that anywhere he went, he saw terrorists. And when you see terrorists, you know what they do. And so terrorists definitely will come to America, and they will be the instrument of desolation and destruction. It's a final warning for those who have ears to hear, and for the Hebrew Israelites who are scattered over the world, particularly those who are scattered inside the United States. You need to take this warning serious. This is a vision of desolation and destruction of Babylon, America. I'm doing this video because previously I did a video about whether you should flee Babylon or not, and I was not very clear. But after making this video, here I am in February of 2024, and the Lord gave me a vision of the destruction and desolation of Babylon, America. The vision is very clear. I cannot second guess. It is an America. I saw Emma, a Nigerian evangelist, preaching and also demonstrating a garbage can holding debris and rubbish, and that is an indication of total destruction and desolation. And as I said, I saw a squirrel in a wheelbarrow, the only animal that was left, and it's symbolically saying that after America destroyed, it will be the habitation of beasts and wildlife. I don't know whether it will be squirrels or raccoons or whatever wild beast that you know living in America. Thank you for watching this video. It's a vision of destruction and desolation of Babylon, America, United States. And we are approaching the end time. The final trumpet has sounded, in the same way that the prophet Ezekiel was asked by God to dramatize and to stage out the coming siege of Jerusalem. So in this vision, coming in February, ending of February 2024, is a dramatization and demonstration of the rubbish and the debris and the garbage that will be left in America after that nation, that sinful nation, is utterly destroyed. Thank you for watching this video.